Hi guys, it's week 3 of Chasing the Dragon. Now this is going to be a bit of an unconventional week as this our last day in France is the Friday morning, so we're leaving Friday morning and going to be getting back to Sheffield Sunday afternoon, so I won't be able to ride Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What I'm planning on doing is cramming my intended mileage in the first half of the week, and the weather actually looks atrocious on the Wednesday, so I'm going to take 3 days of riding and trying to get 13 hours done, which it's only really possible to do this when the mileage is this low, but it'll also give me an idea of how I'm responding into some longer rides, because I haven't done a long ride for a while. So I'm going to do a big long ride on the Monday, then a decently long ride on the Tuesday, have a rest day on the Wednesday, and then another longish ride on the Thursday for my last day in France. I'm confident about doing these long rides even though it's very, very early, like still in my off season, because my heart rate was a lot more under control at the end of last week on the Ramaz, which was a big long 1 hour climb. My heart rate's come back under control. I've acclimatised the altitude, so I should be able to manage a bit of a longer ride, so we'll see how we go. It's the 11th of September, day 1 of week 3. We're out on a long ride this morning. We're in Evian-les-Bains at the moment, which is about an hour and a half in. This is Lake Geneva. On the other side we have Lausanne, Switzerland. The plan is to follow this road along, actually across the Swiss border. Then after that turn around and start heading back to Leger. Beautiful flat road along the lake, motoring. Now in Switzerland. We're all through the soft border. All the way back to Evian-les-Bains, 100k in 3 hours, and just been trying to find a restaurant to get some water. Can't find anything. I'm not run out of water yet, but I will do on the way back. It's going to be at least 2.5–3 hours. And my French lexicon is about glace, l'eau, ouais, no, au revoir. So that order went accordingly. The wait was lovely, so got my bottles topped up and just starting the climb. Another 2.5–3 hours, I reckon. Nice and quiet on this road. 4 hours in. Yeah, feeling decent. On Col de Corbier now. This is the last climb before I descend back to the main road. Route de Grands Alps. So it's basically flat and then not too bad a hill up to Morzine. I finally found some water. Only took almost 5 hours. Yeah, we got some water now. Bonjour. Made it over the climb, but back to day 1 heart rate on that one. Last climb to Leger is hard work after 5.75 hours on the bike. Whew. I'm well and truly cooked. Just under 6 hours, a bit over 100 miles. That last climb was just barely pushing anything on the pedals. Bonjour, it's 12th of September, Tuesday. Just about an hour into the ride in Annecy at the moment. It's quite confusing, very city centre, but there's lots of bike paths, so trying to make my way to Geneva and then head along the lake for a bit and then start heading back towards Leger. Main bike path now that heads towards Geneva. Into Switzerland now. It's a lovely bike path, but it does kind of take the piss having to stop every 2 minutes when there's a road. The cars obviously just take priority. Like, obviously I'm not going to win any game of chicken. Heading out of Geneva now, just doing a loop around the top and then back to the main road. 22k, 3 hours into the ride, so got about 18k left to Tangines. Then from that it's like an 8k climb up to the chalet. Triceps are on fire, so having a quick break and then carry on for the last hour or so. Trying to climb up to the house now, on a different way up the Ramaz rather than just the main road. This is a bit soggy. Good morning guys, it's Thursday the 14th of September. It's actually the last ride of my trip to France, doing a 3-hour loop today. Then into Tangines, a more technical descent. It was actually quite cold. It's been a cloud overnight, and yesterday it was absolutely hammering it down with rain. 13 hours a week, which was the plan, to front load the hours in the week, as I'm not going to be able to ride Friday, Saturday, Sunday really. Not ideal, but able to make it work because of the low volume for this week. Now, it was stage 17 of the Vuelta yesterday, up the Angleroo, and I thought the tactics from Jumbo-Visma were pretty atrocious, to be honest. But Jonas and Roglic are forgetting how they won their Grand Tours earlier in the season. They're breaking the number one rule of bike racing, the butterfly effect, which is you stay with your GC leader. They're both stronger than Sepp, but that defeats the point. It wasn't a time trial where you go balls to the wall and then GC will be decided from there. On a time trial, it'd be absurd to expect them to hold back, but this wasn't a time trial. The first three on GC, and they were together at the front of the race. They could have easily worked together to extend their overall lead, but decided to attack separate, basically. Bloody hell, this valley. Wow. Yes, on the steep gradients, drafting is going to be less important, but if you stick together as a team, you're still going to be able to work together to put more time on your opposition. It's not like Sepp completely dropped. He only lost 18 seconds while riding by himself. If he completely dropped, it would make sense to have people up the road to extend the lead on GC as Sepp dropped out of GC, but Sepp didn't completely drop. It was very selfish from them, and no way can that be good for team dynamics. And it does seem very political. You can imagine that if Roglic or Vingegaard were in the red jersey right now, this shit would not be happening, because they're the stronger riders, the GC riders. It wouldn't be happening, let's be honest. I think Roglic knows that, because he didn't celebrate over the finish line. Maybe he was disappointed in himself. And if Roglic or Vingegaard were in GC right now, then I think these tactics would still be ridiculous. Why would you attack your GC leader? Just imagine what a display of dominance it would have been. Three riders on the same team coming three abreast over one of the hardest climbs in the world. In the current situation, I don't see why Sepp would stay at Jumbo, as he's clearly one of the strongest GC riders in the world, and with the support from a team, actual domestiques working with him, then why can't he be up there? So a team like Ineos, where at the moment they don't really have a GC leader, and then obviously Jumbo have lost the best domestique in the world. Obviously it's psychoanalyzing people, but it looks like they're undervaluing him. Now, I graduated a couple of months ago with a master's in chemistry. I think I'm allowed to say that this is not going to be good for team chemistry. Like 5 sprints there, got stronger than last week, getting into the 1100s at least. Did skip here, and then come unclipped on an attempt at a rep, but bashed my leg, needs to do a bit weird. Managed to keep the bike upright and crash, so the road for my planned route is closed, so then I'd have to go quite a lot further along to get back to the main road where I was planning to come back along. So I'm just going to turn around here, and it'll probably be 3.5, 4 hours, and already pushed my luck this week, so don't want to go too far today. Just on the connection climb to the Ramaz now, miles left to do, then I'll be able to descend to the chalet from there. Not too much over 3 hours. Had to stop here, just look at that view. Feeling good, so decided to ride tempo up the Ramaz. So holding between 320 and 330 watts. Probably about 25 minutes, half an hour. Finished the climb now, about 40 minutes at 326 watts I think it was. So 40 minutes tempo. That was kind of hard work, not gonna lie. Felt great at the start, which is why I had a crack at it, but yeah, Hard work that. More of that to come as the training gets harder throughout the season, obviously.